Assalamualaikum. This is MD Mizanur Rahman, matric number 1631849, Department Kuli of Information and Communication Technology, subject ICT and Islam, and the review of article The Ethics of Information and Communication Technology and Islamic Overview. This contents represent the ethics and the Islamic overview perspective of Islam. So, introduction. Muslim societies and ICT users have increased dramatically. So, ICT has made it easier and the faster for people throughout the world to share the news, thoughts, and the goals in an increasingly like globe and religious views, cultural practice, country, ethnicity, and the origins are as drives as personal information. So, information and communication technology professionals may ask why this critical matters. So, ICT employees should follow several rules of behavior throughout their employment. So, an ethic, direct a person or group as an IT specialist. Your ethics will influence your impact. Thus, the ethics studies how a cultural moral principles apply to and fail to solve specific situation. So ethics create universal recognized moral norms for human behavior. So this research introduce readers to Islamic and Western ethics before examining computer and ICT ethics supported by Quran and Hadith. So ICT and Islamic worldview. So in contrast to the secularist or atheistic alternatives, the Islamic worldview is fundamentally a theistic and the ethical worldview. So this way of thinking stems from the fundamental conviction that the one and only creator's intent, so desires and design were the driving force behind the creation of life and existence. Therefore, all the consideration of the nature of the universe and how man fits into most come before Islam understanding of the gods. The practice ethics to be able to tell right from wrong, and the moral judgment we are informed are those that have the terms goods or wrong, and moral judgment we are goods or wrong ought to be included into the statement. So this issue with the definition in that it leaves room for this use of this phrase in immoral contexts. Secondly, the challenge and the issue of IT ethics. So uh, it is now feasible to conduct ethical or immoral business operations so electronically from anywhere in the globe because of information technology. Should you, for instance, electronically uh, monitor email correspondence and the job activities of your employees? Should you permit employees to use company computers or personal projects? So this context is telling about the accessibility. Actually, what information is available to individuals or organizations under what circumstance and with what protections, and the computer crimes. So computer crimes is another crime in the current era as a result of modern society reliance on the computers and the internet. So criminals have found new ways to exploit the vulnerables they provide, and since this is the case, in it created a major barrier to the moral application of IT. And another is data theft or alternation. So another form of computer crime is the illegal modification or theft of data, such as case of a worker at the International Islamic University in Chittagong who was found guilty and taking student money, then changing their grades using their university computer system. So in conclusion, most importantly, the importance of ICT in human life allows to bring people together despite their religious and geographical, cultural, ethical, or the difference. And however, when the designing ICT systems, so engineers must constantly keep Islamic perspectives in mind. Every information and communication technology system must be designed with considered for Islamic values. So, with any luck, and they will reap material and ethereal rewards of their efforts. Now we are turned to review the second article. So ethics issues concerning online social networks. So introduction. So regarding morality and privacy is a serious problem. So actually this content is telling about the privacy in social networks, um, whether discussing them in a large framework of cultural norms, the professional settings of codes of ethics as cultural values, or the implied good in the discussions of privacy enhancements or breaks. So almost every chapter in this collection address these topics is some fashion, so focusing on the social media and the ethical privacy in social medias. So actually the ethical privacy and the social media, the information digital age and the social media have refined personal space. So privacy now means something else in today's allows vast always connected. So it's enable culture. So closed circuit television systems are uh, 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 ubiquitous both in public and private setting, and due to the widespread available of the personal computers and the GPS enabled gadgets like smartphones, and the concept of privacy as we know it has become obsolete. According to the recent news articles, many organizations including Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, and even certain government agencies are secretly gathering personal data and keeping it in the database. So in today's highly connected social, and it's hard to believe in the true and privacy, and the trust and the social capital in online social networks. So we may examine that the role of the trust in OSNs from a governance approach that combines social network theory and the social capital ideas. In this context, networks are seen are offering a organizing structure for relationship between actors, and the governance is related to the various way that individual actions can be uh, coordinated. So trust can be considered as a potent substitute for formal governance structure, the promote and the formal of exchange relationship and make an effort to restrain opportunism. So the emphasis is on structure and the pattern rather than the process by which trust actually develops. And conclusion. So this is a link between the privacy, uh, anonymity, and the trust. So anonymity can protect privacy because the social network use is not focused to provide his or her personal data. Also, in this situation, the site administrator doesn't have any moral issues regarding the user's personal data. Actually, this content telling us about the privacy in the social media. So actually, what we have ethics. So we have ethics like someone posting a photo by personal social media. By using personal social media, we cannot make any kinds of bullying in this social media because it's a public place. So we have to aware about that. Even though in the western world they are wearing short dress, and the muslim world they are wearing uh, uh, they are covering their aura, so we cannot comment their post that why you are not wearing your aura. So this is their culture, so we have to follow our rules and regulations to use the social media and to regulate the social media privacy. Let's change to the topic 3, is study about ethics of information and communication technology, Islamic perspective. So this information telling us about to study about information technology uh, is in Islamic way. So the introduction. So the use of information technology has uh, ingrained itself into the daily lives of Muslim millions of people throughout the global. So the use of all the people to collect knowledge and the information has evolved into an instrument requirement. So by using the mouse of a personal computer with the internet access, a personal may study or obtain everything they want. So the internet has given our lives a new dimension. However, everyone in the Islamic world demands a legal assurance of their right to an ethical use of technology. Around the world, IT is a regularly utilized unlawfully violating its ethics. So its rights, which are already protected by the law, are often used in the guise of terrorist prevention. So political stability, religious reasons, or just out of avarice and self-interest. So these rights have been violated, which has led to new issue in human social system as the digital gap and cybercrime. Worries about the digital security and the privacy. All of those have had an impact on the people's lives. So either immediately or afterwards. So ethical challenge of IoT. So digital convergence in IoT has raised complex ethical and legal and the social issues. Professionally organizations like ACMI, Tripoli, and ABET has established codes of ethics not only to overcome this issue and the challenge, but also it helps IT professions, especially end users, in understanding and managing their ethical responsibilities. So in this section, we prevent some serious ethical challenges that are faced by the users of IoT's technology. So including security, privacy are the two major elements, the list of ethical challenges in IoT. Security. So IoT smart devices, smart homes, appliance, connected cars, smart homes devices, smart factors, and a lot of others are successfully in provided the users ease of life and thus improving the quality of quality of life. But a large volume of sensitive information is transferred over IoT, which pose great security risks. And the another is uh, privacy. Actually, the privacy, how we can protect our information in the system, and the responsibility in Islam In if we see the Islamic way, actually everyone has a own privacy. So we do not have any access to any individual's privacy. So it's not our responsibility. So if anybody is created their own privacy or own website, so it should be protected by some phishing or some ransomware. So this is the responsibility. So responsibilities, every individual user should have responsible to others privacy. Quranic verse and regarding ethical issue. So uh, the principle of the three great worlds, religious Islam, Christianity, and the Judaism, do not immediately address the privacy and the security concerns raised by contemporary technology. However, these religions provide their ad adherents life principle. Islamic and the particular place a strong emphasis or moral principle that thought on every aspect of human existing. So nothing religious has any laws that you can break everyone's privacy. So Muslims should be aware of those Islamic values and apply them to their use of IoT technology. The Quran's wonderfully explained of the Islamic ideas may be used to learn about the most all the facts of life. According to Islam law, we shouldn't enter another person's property without any personal person's consent. So conclusions. So the majority of good outcomes, such as a make markedly higher quality of life, so may result from new breakthroughs and improvements in IoT. However, the IoT also have a negative side, and has led to certain terrible and the undesirable results that have a negative impact on the society. So we have also included some of the most uh, pertinent verse from the Quran and the Hadith in the discuss. So either issues can be reduced by accepting and taking into account these important passages. Actually, everyone should have used their study ethics when you are studying about the information and technology. Once you got some other's picture, privacy picture, you should have make them secure. So we shouldn't make them violent, so it can be break others privacy. So Islam doesn't teaches us about that. Thank you very much.